If you drive deep enough into the Nevada desert, you will hit a hard boundary. Armed guards monitor the perimeter 24 hours a day, and the posted signs make the rules clear. This is a U.S. Air Force installation. Drones and photography are strictly prohibited, and unauthorized entry is a fast track to federal prison. Yet, despite the very real threat of military force, millions of people mobilized online in 2019 for an event called Storm Area 51. The joke was based on a simple premise. If enough people rushed the gates at once, the military couldn't stop everyone, and the public would finally see the captive aliens inside. This intense public fascination didn't happen overnight. It was built over decades, starting with rumors of a recovered spacecraft in Roswell in 1947 and exploding in 1989 when a man named Bob Lazar publicly claimed he was hired to reverse engineer extraterrestrial flying saucers near the base. But when you look at satellite imagery of Area 51, you don't see alien technology. You see a standard array of mundane runways, hangars, and administrative buildings, which raises an obvious question. If this is just a normal flight testing facility, why did the US government completely refuse to admit it even existed for nearly 60 years? The answer goes back to 1955, at the height of the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a tense standoff, and American intelligence agencies desperately needed a way to spy on Soviet military targets from the sky without their planes getting shot down. This diagram of 1950s global intelligence networks shows exactly what the military required to build these new planes: a complete blind spot. They needed an engineered information vacuum, a physical space so heavily restricted that they could develop and test highly experimental craft entirely hidden from Soviet spies and the American public alike. The remote, dried-up salt flats of the Nevada desert provided exactly that. Groom Lake became a secure workspace where engineers could fly prototypes that defied conventional aerodynamics, far from any unauthorized eyes. The first major project to come out of the base was the U-2 spy plane. To avoid Soviet radar, engineers gave it an abnormal, massive wingspan, allowing the aircraft to glide through the thin air at altitudes that were previously unreachable. A few years later, the base tested the A-12 Orc card. It featured a sleek, elongated titanium fuselage and sharp edges designed to literally tear through the sky, allowing it to sustain speeds crossing Mach 3. Eventually, the facility produced the F-117 Nighthawk. Instead of curved aerodynamic surfaces, it was built with flat, jagged geometric angles, specifically calculated to scatter incoming radar waves. Now, put yourself in the cockpit of a commercial airline in the 1960s. You look out your window and catch a glimpse of a flat, silver, diamond-shaped object tearing past you at 80,000 feet, moving twice as fast as anything you've ever seen. Your brain wouldn't easily process that as human engineering. It looked like magic. The physical characteristics of these top-secret aircraft directly triggered a massive wave of civilian UFO sightings across the American Southwest. The military faced an immediate problem. They knew these strange silver discs and glowing lights were just their own test pilots pushing the limits of physics, but they couldn't publicly debunk the sightings without handing multi-billion-dollar aerospace secrets directly to the Soviet Union. To protect their projects, officials relied on deflections. When strange debris crashed into a ranch, or commercial pilots reported impossible objects on their radar, the military frequently blamed high-altitude weather balloons. The explanation was so obviously incomplete that it only made the public more suspicious. This flowchart tracks how the modern myth was born. An unexplained aerial sighting occurs, the government responds with strict silence or a flimsy cover story, and the public imagination fills that void with an alien conspiracy theory. This cycle of speculation served a functional purpose. As long as foreign intelligence was preoccupied with extraterrestrial theories, the military's aerospace breakthroughs remained shielded behind a wall of civilian noise. By simply refusing to comment, the government allowed a self-sustaining mythology to grow. The rampant speculation about extraterrestrials effectively distracted everyone from the actual espionage technology being built right in front of them. In 2013, the Central Intelligence Agency finally published declassified documents acknowledging Area 51 as a real flight testing facility, drawing a firm line that no alien technology was ever stored there. But an official admission of the base's existence does not mean an admission of its current activities. The aerospace technology being developed behind those concrete walls today is as heavily guarded and classified as the U-2 spy plane was in 1955. The decades of total denial created a reputation that outlasted the original Cold War projects. Even with the facility's existence now on the record, the myth continues to provide a layer of security that a physical fence alone could never replicate. When an institution builds a massive wall and refuses to say what is behind it, human imagination will inevitably do the heavy lifting. We will construct our own narratives, and in the process, we hide the truth far more effectively than any government policy. It leaves you wondering, what other modern mysteries are simply the byproducts of intentional government silence? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown.